At this time, we'll call to order the regular meeting of Common Council. This is November 18th, 2025. Carrie, roll please.
Alderperson Carpenter.
Here.
Estercon.
Here.
Gantz.
Here.
Hanson.
Here.
Kuniger. Ledvina.
Here.
Nelson.
Here.
Erock.
Here.
And Mayor Boyd.
I am here, thank you. Item 2, Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item 3, approval of the minutes of the November 4th, 2025 Common Council meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Carpenter, seconded by Alderperson Ledvina. Discussion comments. Seems we're all good. That said, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Oh, sorry about that, Alderperson Nelson. I'll definitely pause. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 4, public hearing on the proposed budget for calendar year 2026. We will kick it off with a presentation of the 2026 budget. Kim.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Happy to be here to provide a short overview of the proposed 2026 City of De Pere budget. Before I kick it off, I need to say thank you to the efforts of the city team to develop this year's budget and administering the budget in a responsible manner from year to year. And I'm thankful to you, Mr. Mayor, the Common Council, and the residents of De Pere for entrusting us to execute on their vision and mission for the community. Next slide, Pam. The City of De Pere aspires to provide an unwavering focus on a quality of life that will set a national standard for a vibrant community. Our mission, as set forth by you, is to foster an engaged community spirit and encourage forward thinking to seize on opportunities for education, business, recreation, and culture, with steadfast support for the city's history and character. Next slide. Our goals include growing the downtown to provide new commercial, entertainment, cultural, and housing opportunities for De Pere without losing that authentic character, encourage the growth of business, embrace, enhance, connect, and activate the open space networks throughout the city, increase and coordinate unique activities that enliven the city and increase the sense of community. Next slide. Our budget is the foremost tool to maintain the financial accountability for our work. It represents a plan for the future, holds us accountable for performance expectations, and provides transparency for our operations. Municipal budgeting is not without challenges, but we believe that the 2026 budget is structured to foster continued growth while providing excellent municipal services to residents, businesses, and visitors. Our 2026 total budget includes $91,721,452 spread across categories including general expenditures, special revenue funds, debt service, capital projects, and utilities. Next slide, Pam. Budget development includes a lot of inputs from many different places that are gathered at many different times. We analyze them, we forecast them, we use to create the budget. Here are a few highlights from the factors that influence our budget every year with the numbers that relate specifically to this year. A few key takeaways from this slide. We are a growing city, but we're currently growing at least over the last 2 years at a somewhat flat rate. This likely will change with pending projects on the horizon, specifically downtown and business park projects. But flat growth is related in our levy limits, which haven't changed much from year to year. Our operating expenses this year remain essentially flat given the cost of living increases and CPI, but our debt service fund levy increased by almost 35%. This shows that we're taking on some big capital and infrastructure projects to improve the built environment for the city of De Pere. Our reserves remain in a healthy place, and that is critical that we keep them at that upper end to maintain our bond rating. While our population number growth hasn't been increasing that much, 164 from 2024, the value of our property continues to do so, as it does in the state and the country overall. That said, value percentage increases seem to be showing signs of slowing a little bit or leveling off. Overall, the city saw 7.12% in our total equalized value. Residential saw a smaller amount there at about 5.48% generally, and non-residential saw a bigger jump at 10.88%. Our budget this year maintains the existing level of municipal services provided to the community and funds necessary infrastructure and capital projects. Our 2026 municipal assessed mill rate, which is specific to De Pere, is estimated to increase by 0.62% to $5.46, which is 3 cents more than last year's rate. That said, city taxes are only part of the total tax bill. We're one of 4 taxing entities. And we estimate that given where the other levies are coming in, the total assessed mill rate, both on the west and east sides, will decrease. The west side should decrease a little over 2%. The east side should increase a little under 2%. Generally, we estimate that the total net assessed tax rate for De Pere residents will continue to be lower than other communities in the region. Next slide. A few highlights from our operating budget. This year, we incurred a 10% health insurance increase due to the cost of our self-funded plan. We provided a 3% COLA for both represented and non-represented employees. We did include the one new firefighter that will be hired mid-year. This is essential for us to continue our services, particularly our newly contracted services with Ledgeview and Lawrence for EMS. We have additional hours in the budget that will support the weekly De Pere beer gardens. I think everyone enjoyed those weekly beer gardens this year, and our staff kind of took it under their wing with no extra help, and now that help is needed to continue that in the future. We're very excited to have a youth commission start at the beginning of the year that will connect our high school students with local government. We also have increased support to our community partners like the Historical Society, Beautification Committee, Sister Cities et al. We will continue funding a police officer wellness service provider, which is essential for supporting the police and the work that they do. And then across several departments, we are going to explore and pursue technology-based business solutions that allow us to do our job in an efficient manner while improving customer experience. Next slide, Pam. On the capital side, the stuff that we buy and the things that we build, we will be finishing up the bonding for the municipal service expansion that will go out to bid in January. Necessary vehicle and equipment replacements for public works, parks, and police. The personal equipment for both police and fire to do their job safely. $3 million for storm and sanitary sewers, $3 million for streets and sidewalks, and new and renovated parks, including Phase 1 of Waterview Heights, and Wilson Park, and park improvements for Kearney, Kelly, Danon, and Voyager. We'll also see the 6th Street reconstruction and the Mill Alley reconstruction. Next, thanks, Pam. So our team worked hard this year to craft a balanced budget, but budget work doesn't just end after today, and we're always looking towards the future, and budget work might end today as related to the decision on the budget, but we now just start another cycle of looking into the future. So what are some things that we're already thinking about as we forecast in our mind for upcoming years? Future growth. I mentioned that the last 2 years were relatively stable, at least as related to that net new construction level, but our property values continue to increase. Our TIDs are performing very strongly, and we're very excited to see some of these big downtown projects come on the horizon. So growth is coming, we're just waiting for it. On the legislative climate, we talk about this very often. The state of Wisconsin continues to make adjustments. Pam just gave me one of those knowing now. She's like, I've never heard of this. The state of Wisconsin continues to make adjustments to the amount of shared revenues that we receive. And we're very thankful for some of the changes they've made, like increased transportation aid this year. We rely heavily on that. However, those adjustments have not yet caught up to the operational necessities of providing high-quality services. Without continued changes at that level, we need to continue to change at our level as related to continue to maintain operations. On the service and, you went way ahead, girl. You just didn't want me to tell you, I'm done with that slide.
Yeah,
Can you go
I'm
back?
No, keep going.
You go back. Yeah, you gotta go back. I'm gonna lose my space.
Go all the way back. Yeah.
Thank you, Pam. I appreciate it. Services and rates. We believe we provide exceptional quality of life through our services. We're very proud of the updated EMS contract with Ledgeview and hopefully with Lawrence that will put us on track for a better payment methodology. And as you know, we have to make hard decisions too, but we are hoping to chart a sustainable future for the water utility via the recently approved direction to submit a rate case review to the PSC. These are not easy topics, but they are necessary to tackle to tackle and ensure that we are being good stewards of the taxpayer dollar. On the organizational management side, we at this time really don't have any staffing gaps. Several new employees have been hired over the last few years, but we do need to continue to compete in a competitive labor market, so we need to make sure that our employees are taken care of to retain the talent we have, and we have exceptional talent in De Pere. Operationally, we will always analyze and review the services we provide and procure. That was evidenced by the council approval to switch insurance, which saves some money in our budget. Looking to the future, though, again, future forecasting. Insurance is not an industry where prices are going down, particularly on the property side, so we'll be keeping an eye on that for the next few years. Facilities and infrastructure. We have been taking on quite a bit of debt to take on the necessary infrastructure and facilities work that we have to do. That need is not going away. It is only growing. We have the capacity to do this. This is not a doom and gloom situation, but we need to do it in a manner that is sensitive to our budget and our bond rating. We are very thankful for the referendums that have supported the streets and the pools in the past. The future is bright for us. With this future forecast, we just have to be strategic, and we plan on being strategic. Next slide, Pam. So the executive budget is over 500 pages, and I know you all read it cover to cover. But if you did not, we can go over a couple of these pie charts that put the budget into a little bit of a visual illustration. So the first one you're looking at is the property tax levy broken down by our major funds. I think the story here is that very generally, about half of it is going to the infrastructure and the things that we're building and the spaces in the community, or about half of it is going into the general fund, which loosely translates into operating. Next slide, Pam. Now we'll take a look at that a little bit of a different way. We just saw what the property taxes are and how they are distributed, but property taxes are actually only 59% of the revenues that we receive. We work really hard to leverage other revenues to allow us to provide goods and services. And if you take a look at that property tax space specifically, you can see how that breaks down into the general fund, the referendums that were approved, and the debt fund. Next slide. And then this slide shows the general fund, which is sort of, again, loosely translated into that operating. What are we spending it on? Public safety, general government, culture, public works, health and human services. There is a caveat to this slide that I want to note because it makes public works look very small, a lot smaller than they actually are. Public works is one of our departments that's funded heavily by the utilities. This is a pie chart that shows the general fund expenditures that are going to public works. So in a real world, public works is actually a little more of that pie. Next slide, Pam. And here we're seeing general fund expenditures, revenue over time. Since 2017, you can see a fairly steady growth pattern up until about 2022 when those expenditures bumped up a little bit. Next slide. At the same time, property valuation had a pretty dramatic increase, and that actually started back in 2017 and accelerated after 2021. Next slide. And then this just is a visual for what I noted before as related to our debt service payment. The council has made a decision that we're going to focus on necessary infrastructure and facilities improvements, and we are doing that. The debt service is within our capacity, and we can make it work. We do not anticipate this line going up at the same slope next year, rather probably leveling off before taking a downturn. It's not going to take a downturn in the next few years as we tackle some of these big projects. Next slide. So the budget is a critical document for us, and it has so much information about the city, but it's not always easy to read the budget and then understand how that translates into taxes. So that is what we're going to try to do in the next few slides. So this is a chart that has been in many previous budgets and essentially takes the tax rate across all the taxing entities over the last several years and shows that shift. So when I said before that that net assessed tax rate is likely going to go down next year, you can see that by comparing the 2024 and 2025 numbers far on the right-hand side. Next slide, Pam. And then to go over the next two slides, I think it's probably helpful to take a look at what our property tax bills look like. There's a lot of information on here, and it is not always easy to navigate, but I'm gonna focus on two areas. The first, the large yellow rectangle are the 4 different taxing entities. And every year when you get your tax bill, it's going to show you the net tax for that year, and then also compared to the following year. Something De Pere residents are going to see this year is that the net tax is going to go up. We are showing a small increase in the tax rate. And in addition, we know that most of our residential properties increased in value. So the amount of money paid is likely going to go up. The percentages on the other entities may remain flat, may go up, may go down, depending on the value of the home. Next, I'm going to talk about the net assessed value rate. So this is the net rate that when the state does their equalized value and they churn through all of the things, every tax bill, whether you're in De Pere, Ledge, Lawrence, Green Bay, has this net assessed tax rate. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Next slide. We're going to talk about that right now. So when we take our net assessed tax rate and compare it to some of our neighboring communities and school districts, this is what we see. And these are taken from actual tax bills across the region, and it shows that De Pere is at the lower end of that net tax rate. There's a couple nuances here that I do want to point out. This is just taking that net assessed tax rate that was in that little square that I showed before. Pam, can you go back to the tax bill for a second? If you look over on the right-hand side where you see gross property tax, first dollar credit, lottery credit, there's all sorts of credits and things that are applied to the tax bill. And sometimes there are fees, and sometimes other communities issue other fees. That adds to your net tax bill. If you take your actual tax bill, that net tax bill, as a percentage of assessed value, and go back to the next chart, if we were to look at that across all communities, De Pere is actually at the bottom. We are the bottom 2. Now, a flip side to that is if you go to the next slide, Pam, here is a pie chart that shows in De Pere, when you pay your property tax bill, how much is going to what entity. And generally in De Pere, 35% goes to the city, 4% to NWTC, 44 to 45 to the school, and 17% to the county. This is the amount going to the city from a percentage perspective is a little bit higher than other communities. If I run the chart using that, we're about at the top third. The difference that we're talking about here between most of those communities is minuscule pennies. So if you go back to the bar chart, we're kind of on the bottom, but look at how close they all are. Like, we are all very, very close. There is not wide variability in the tax rate of really any of the communities in the region. Next slide, and next slide. So what does that mean? Well, what do we think that might mean for City of De Pere residents this year? And this slide, again, so this slide was developed with a couple different data points, and I want to call them out so they make sense. So we did actually take 3 different homes in De Pere. We had their tax bill from last year. We had their current assessment, which includes the appraisal from this year. And then we also applied what we know is our city tax rate as well as our estimated net tax rate. Again, property tax bills are very complicated just because even if your home was the exact same amount, I can't totally guarantee you that your tax bill is going to look the same as what's on here because of various fees, etc. We're providing this to give a range of context, but it's an estimate at this time. So house number 1, valued at $729,000, paid $10,900 in taxes last year. They experienced a 4.8% increase in their value this year based on accurate appraisal. With the current mill rate in place, their tax bill will likely go up $390, which is about 3.5%. So their tax bill is going up at a slightly lower percentage that their value is. And the city tax payment, the city tax dollars of that $390 is about $214. Another property valued at $461,000 last year actually went down a little bit this year. This is a property, and while I don't know for sure, could have maybe filed a property tax appeal and had a different reset in the value. Their net tax bill, about $6,666 from last year, actually will likely go down this year because of that change in value and the overall total mill rate decrease. Given that, though, the city tax increase from what we received the previous year will be about $9 because our tax rate is ticking up just a little bit. And then the final home, $278,000 in 2024-25, and they paid $3,970 in taxes. valued at $292,000. So they had another 4.8% increase, and given all of the same parameters, will likely see a tax bill impact of $158, which for them is about 3.9%. The interesting thing with this home is that it then sold shortly after for $360,000. So the tax bill the following year is going to look quite a bit different for the new residents of that home. Next slide, Pam. So with that, I am going to, now we've gone all the way into the details of the tax bill, and I'm going to ask Pam to take us back out to the modeling and give you a quick overview of the budget model.
All right, thank you. Can you guys see that? Do I need to blow it up, make it a little bigger for you? This is the same budget model that we used the last couple of years. What we're doing here is we're just trying to project out for the next 10 years where we expect our expenditures to be. It's also a good way for me to be able to track where we're looking at everything for expenditure restraint and levy limits as we're going through our budget. So on the expenditure side, as Kim mentioned, there's a decrease here in general government. Part of that is due to the insurance change, so we're looking to have a savings in that. Another part of that is due to the public safety contracts. In 2025's budget, we didn't know what those contracts would be settled for. We budgeted for it in our other general government program. Now that we've settled those contracts, those additional fees or costs for the salaries are budgeted for within the public safety. So you're going to see a larger increase in public safety compared to last year's. Other ones are very similar to what they've been in the past. Public Works had a slight decrease. That is due to, in large part, to the utility allocations, as Kim had mentioned. We have some of the allocations and salaries going to the utilities as well. Overall, the general fund expenditures only increased a minimal amount. As we scroll down, the larger increase comes with the debt service levy. Right here is the debt service levy amount we will be paying next year. And as you can see, we project out that we're going to continue to be paying more and more in debt service. And this is using an estimate of only about $5 or $6 million of annual borrowing, which with larger projects like the MSC expansion this year, we have that in there for another $10 million on top of that $6 million. But as costs keep rising, we may need to look at increasing those amounts as well. With the levy limit restrictions that we have, we're forced to purchase all of our capital just about with borrowing. We just don't have the room in our operating to continue to fund that stuff. As we scroll down to the revenue side, we've continued to find creative ways to try to increase our revenues, but we're really stuck with some of the limits we have on licensing. We're only limited to have liquor licenses, for instance, can only be a certain amount, right? We can't increase them to just to increase our budget or try to offset our budget. So there are a lot of things that we are unable to increase on the revenue side. Otherwise, the ones that we could, we've been looking at trying to increase by 2%. So just a minimal increase on the revenue side for the fees. And when we scroll down some further, we've got the values. So I have the total assessed and equalized values. As Kim mentioned, the equalized value increased, I believe it was just over 7%. The assessed value increased just almost 9%. It's 8.9%. The valuation factor this year, last year it was 99% between that assessed to equalized value. This year it's 100.61. So again, by doing our annual assessments, we are very close to that 100% equalized to assessed ratio. As the assessed tax rate then will only increase the 0.62%, which is only the 3 cents, and a large part is due for the rate increase is due on that debt service then. That it was a 34.75% increase. Other things to note are CPI. So CPI that's calculated by the state is one of the factors that we use to calculate our expenditure restraint and whether we qualify or not. That was 2.7% this year when we only had a 1.6% net new construction. So our CPI is continuing to outpace that net new construction, which really limits us on these levy limits when, right, expenditures are going up 2.6%, levy limits are only allowing us to go up 1.6%, which is why we end up using quite a bit of debt again and using debt adjustments to balance this budget. So That is all I had at this time, Kim, unless you have something else.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you for the presentation. Thanks to both of you. At this time, would the clerk please read the notice of the public hearing?
The public hearing notice was published in the Press Times on October 31st, 2025.
Thank you. At this time, I declare the public hearing open for this item on the agenda regarding the budget. If anyone in person or virtually wants to speak on the proposed budget for calendar year 2026, now is your time. If in person, just raise your hand. If virtually, just state your name. For the second time, while the public hearing is open regarding the proposed budget for calendar year 2026, now is your time to speak. And for the third and final time, the public hearing is open on the proposed budget for calendar year 2026. Just state your name. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed, and I will make a motion to approve the proposed 2026 budget.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Cuniger. Discussion, comments. Alderperson Carpenter.
Yes, I do have a concern yet on that $4,500 for the restoring the department's original request for forestry. And the reason I have the issue is, Marty's not here, but I don't know what the exact.
Marty is here. He's virtual. So if you want to direct a question, he's sick. You don't want him in here. So if you want to direct a question, he can answer it.
Marty? Or somebody may be able to answer the question what it costs for a tree to be planted in the city of De Pere this year.
Yep. Fire away, I'm here.
Hi, Marty. Did you hear the question from Alderperson Carpenter?
No, I'm sorry, I did not.
No worries. He'll say it again.
Could you tell me what it cost to plant a tree this year when we planted them for the residents? This fall?
Are you looking for our cost
What do we
in the
charge?
sense of just the purchase of the tree, or when we calculate everything in?
What do we charge a resident this year, this fall, when they purchase trees to be planted?
It varies because we charge back the price of the tree, but it'll range somewhere between $125 to $160 per tree.
Okay, thank you very much on that. So I'll take the $160 value of a tree, and we want to bring the value down to just charging $100. I look at it, this tree gets planted, the city comes out and stakes it, they mulch it, they take care of it. That tree is from birth to death. Totally. The tree's there for 30 years, 20 years, whatever it may be. When it comes to come down, they cut it down, they take it down, they take the stump down, they resod everything. So to me, I don't think we should be subsidizing this I think this should be taken out of the budget. It shouldn't be subsidized at all. I think the people are getting a fair value. If you went out to purchase a tree and have somebody come and plant it in your yard and do everything, the cost is a lot more than that. So I would like to make an amendment to the budget to remove that.
Very good. Thank you. We have a motion to amend removal for the tree allocation in the budget, which I believe he stated has 4,000 some hundred. What was the actual amount? So we actually have this here for the clerk.
There's both a revenue and expenditure, and I'm looking at Pam, who I know is looking for it furiously.
That way we have the numbers. all
Probably in
together.
that budget change document.
It was on that document, correct?
Yes, it was like 4,500 on what I was looking at.
Yeah, it nets to 4,500. So I believe it was a $9,000 additional expense, while we showed an additional 4,500 of revenue.
So 4,500 is needed. So he's requesting an amendment to take the 4,500 out of the budget. All right, so we have a motion on this amendment, but to proceed and have a discussion or dialogue, we do need a second.
I'll second.
Motion by Alderperson Carpenter, seconded by Alderperson P-Rock on the amendment to remove the $4,500 for the trees. Discussion. Alderperson Hanson.
Yeah, I respect Alderperson Carpenter's comments. I initially brought this proposal forward. I think we should do everything we can to try to incentivize more street trees. We have several new subdivisions that have large gaps in the terrace where there's no trees because we did not require that, require the trees to be planted when the subdivision was built. And I don't want the cost to be a major barrier for people to be able to order trees. I think $100 makes it more affordable for people. I also think it creates more certainty with the cost, because every year the cost fluctuates. I think the average was like $146.50 last year. And so I think being able to just say to people, it's a $100 flat rate, it just provides a lot more clarity to the cost, and it's not fluctuating every year. So I'm in favor of keeping it in the budget.
Thank you. Other comments, questions? Alderperson Ledbetter.
I'll just say that I'm also in favor of keeping it in the budget, and well said.
Thank you. And by the way, just to clarify, there will be a broader discussion regarding trees in the right-of-way in the future. So the residents understand that that will be a discussion regarding in future developments, tree plantings, et cetera. So this is strictly for subsidizing next year for the trees, in addition to the grant that we receive. So it's a combination of both. Other comments, discussion on this amendment? All right, seems that we're there. So at this time, want a roll call? Well, I'll do it voice, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right. So we're now going to vote on the amendment to remove the $4,500 from the budget as requested by the motioner and seconder. That said, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?
Nay.
Nay. I'm going to say by voice vote, the motion fails to amend. Thank you. All right, so we still are on the proposed 2026 budget. Any additional discussion or comments? Alderperson Hanson.
It's time for my annual comments on shared revenue. I appreciate staff bringing that up. So the state went about 20 years with either cutting shared revenue or keeping it flat with no increases for inflation. Finally, in the 2023-2025 budget, we did see a sizable increase in shared revenue, which was certainly appreciated. But I was looking at the total shared revenue estimates for De Pere for 2026, coming in at $2.275 million. And if you actually go back to 2001, so 25 years prior, it was 2.26 million. So 2.26 versus 2.275. So we're basically still almost flat with where we were 25 years ago. So I just wanted to highlight that we've seen some progress with shared revenue in the state budgets over the last couple years. But I still think there's a lot more support that the state could provide, and they're continuing to make these budgets difficult for local governments by not returning as much money to our communities as I think they should. So,
Thank you. Well said, and I think we all totally agree. I should note as we move on here that this budget process starts in July-ish, kind of ballpark. Involves all the department heads. Obviously, we have Pam and we have Jenny DuPont sitting right there as well, Kim and others. The mayor's office is involved from the beginning and through all the discussions with the department heads. And then the alders will get their kick at it with the budget study session we have in October. And actually, they would see it a couple weeks prior to that. So residents at home know this, and those watching, here or virtually, that this body is fully engaged, involved, and aware of what the budget is and what the budget process is. So they're not seeing this for the first time. So they've put a lot of time in as well. So I want to make sure everyone's aware of that. I think this is a good, solid budget. And I totally concur with Alderperson Hanson that said that the state makes it very difficult for us to continue to provide these services at the levels they're asking us to do. So kudos to everybody, the department heads, some are here, some are virtual, for crafting this budget and getting us to this spot. Other questions or comments? All right, I think we're all good right there. That said, this we do need. Alderperson Conager.
The summary that was just shared now, I would just love to see nuggets and tidbits shared in social media. I think that was super tangible and relatable and understandable to the scope, size, scale constraints that we were working under. And I think putting it out there in some chewable chunks to the community would be very beneficial.
Very good. I know last year we did that after the budget process was done, and I think Kim is listening to this right now, and that's a very good suggestion. We'll work on getting stuff out there. Very good. Thank you. Good suggestion. Other comments, questions? We need a roll call vote, please.
Alderperson Carpenter,
Aye.
Ezra,
Aye.
Gantz,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Cuniger,
Aye.
Ledvina,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Rock,
Aye.
Mayor Boyd.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 4D, Resolution 25-123, adoption of the tax levy for city purposes to support the 2026 city budget.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Ledvina, seconded by Alderperson Pere. Discussion or comments? Looks like we're all good. That said, roll call vote, please.
I apologize. Alderperson Ezra,
Aye.
Gantz,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Cuniger,
Aye.
Ledvina,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Rock,
Aye.
Mayor Boyd,
Aye.
Carpenter.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. We have a budget for 2026. Well done, all. Item 5, public hearing on a request for a zoning map amendment from office district to multi-unit district at Parcel WD-D0031-1, Employers Boulevard, Lawrence Drive. Will the clerk please read the notice of the public hearing?
The notice was published in the Press Times on October 31st and November 7th, 2025.
Thank you. Recommendation from Plan Commission. Dan?
Thank you, Mayor. If you just give me one moment, I'll pull up the presentation. All right, the item in front of you tonight is for the public hearing on the request for zoning map amendment, primarily the general area known as the former Humana campus, or owned by Humana, still Humana campus. But in general, you've seen a couple of these items come before you, but at the last Plan Commission meeting, the Plan Commission heard from the applicant to rezone from what is the office district into one of the parcels to be the multifamily district to accommodate the proposed multifamily project, which does include that affordable housing component. The time the Plan Commission heard from the applicant, heard from staff, compared it to the comprehensive plan, and found it to be in conformity with our comprehensive plan. And therefore, at the Plan Commission meeting, they unanimously recommended approval of the change from the office to the multifamily designation.
Thank you very much. At this time, I'll open the meeting for the public hearing regarding this item on the agenda, Office District to Multi-Unit District, Employers Boulevard, Lawrence Drive. If anyone wants to speak in person or virtually on this item on the agenda, now is your time. State your name, please. For the second time, while the public hearing is open on this item on the agenda, this is your chance to speak if you wish. For the third and final time, any public comment? While the public hearing is open regarding this item on the agenda, now is your time to speak. I will close the public hearing, and I will entertain a motion on this item on the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Gantz, seconded by Alderperson Carpenter. Any discussion on item 5? Looks like we're all good. That said, roll call vote, please.
Alderperson Gantz,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Cuniger,
Aye.
Ledvina,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Rock,
Aye.
Mayor Boyd,
Aye.
Carpenter,
Aye.
Ezra.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 6, another public hearing. Item 6, public hearing on revisions to Chapter 14, Pere Municipal Code regarding the zoning ordinance. Will the clerk please read the notice of the public hearing?
The public hearing notice was published in the Press Times on October 31st and November 7th, 2025.
Thank you. Recommendation from Plan Commission. Dan?
Thank you, Mayor. At the October Plan Commission meeting, the Plan Commission heard from staff regarding several proposed changes to the zoning ordinance, the 2023 zoning ordinance, that we felt were more pertinent to bring up at this time versus waiting for the annual adoption. And those are included in your packet, but they are on the screen here in front of you. One of which related to the community living arrangement, breaking them down by density classifications, also taking a look at outdoor storage and where it sits on a parcel, separate matter, and then a third matter, extending the dark sky compliant lighting to residential properties, therefore, or multifamily residential properties, therefore making sure all properties that submit for a site plan are following that same standard. So those are the summary of the changes, and at the Plan Commission meeting, they recommended approval.
Thank you very much. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item on the agenda, Pere Municipal Code, regarding the zoning ordinance. Anyone in person or virtually want to comment on this? The hearing is now open. For the second time, the hearing's open for item 6 on the agenda. If you want to speak on that, now's your time. Third and final time, public hearing is open regarding Chapter 14 Pere Municipal Code. At this time, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by Alderperson Pirog, seconded by Alderperson Gantz. Discussion, comments? Seems we're all good. That said, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Take that back. Roll call vote, please. You can still go aye if you want, but we have to roll call this one.
Alderperson Hanson.
Aye.
Cuniger. Ledvina.
Aye.
Nelson.
Aye.
Erock.
Aye.
Mayor Boyd.
Aye.
Carpenter.
Aye.
Esser Khan.
Aye.
Gantz.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 7, public comment upon matters not on the agenda. Comments made during the public comment period shall pertain only to matters under the jurisdiction of the Common Council. Anyone in person or virtually have any public comment upon matters not on the agenda, now is your time to speak. Second time, any public comment upon matters not on the agenda. Seems we're all good here in person. Last time, any public comment upon matters not on the agenda, now is your time to speak. Looks like we're going to move on to item 8. Recommendation from the License Committee on a request by Rose Antepenko to appear before the License Committee regarding the denial of her operating license application.
Make a recommendation to approve her license.
I'll second.
Motion by Alderperson Carpenter, seconded by Alderperson Gantz. Discussion, comments? Other than apologies from me if I screwed the name up. I'm very sorry. We have anything? All right, that said, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 9, update from the fire department on delivery of a new ambulance, non-action item, information only. So I think we're going to kick to him right now, correct? Chief Jansen, it's yours.
Yes, thank you. On behalf of Pere Fire Rescue, we just want to say thank you to the Mayor Boyd and the Common Council for back in 2023 and 2024 approving a budget for a new ambulance to replace a 2017 International ambulance we had. We finally took delivery on October 24th of 2025. It is a 2024 four-wheel drive Ford ambulance that matches our ambulance 111. So we have both ambulances matching now. It is at Station 1 to be viewed at any time you want to stop by and see it. In 2 months, it will be moved over to Station 2 where it will be housed for its life until it goes in reserve. So we did upload that with the newest technology on a power load system, which allows our cots to be automatically loaded in the ambulance, so no more lifting heavy patients up and wrecking backs and getting hurt. It also has a liquid spring component to it, so it rides a little bit nicer for the patients in the back, and it prevents ambulances from rolling over like other air ride and normal suspension ambulances do. So we wanted to say thank you. We wanted to give you an update that it's been a long process. We understand that ambulances are up near 800 days to get created, so almost 3 years. Once the time you order, the time of delivery is around 3 years now. So it takes a lot of planning on our part to look ahead, even though we're budgeting for 3 years out. So we want to say thank you to the Mayor Boyd, Common Council, for approving that in 23 and 24. If it wasn't out on running service calls right now, we would have it all back for you to see, but stop by the station anytime. So.
Thank you very much. I didn't quite, what station will be at? Station 1?
It's at Station 1 for a couple months while we get some warranty work done on the other ones.
Thanks for the update and thanks for the information. And yeah, it's a long time.
It is. It's a
from
very
order
long
to
time.
finish. So this is something that obviously is very needed for fire EMS and will help provide our delivery and service. Thank you, Chief Jansen.
You're welcome.
Item 10, recommendation from Finance Personnel Committee to approve the emergency medical service contract with the town of Lawrence. I will make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Gantz. Discussion, comments? The chief, Kim, Pam, anyone can answer questions you might have. Again, this will put us in line with Ledgeview and City of De Pere residents. They spoke at length at Finance and Personnel, which some of you I'm sure had seen or looked at the minutes. But this is good for all those parties involved. Thanks to the work and effort put forward by the previous administrator and current manager. It takes some time to do this, but this is good for everybody, so thank you. Questions, comments? All right, that said, roll call vote, please.
Alderperson Conacher,
Aye.
Ledvina,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Rock,
Aye.
Mayor Boyd,
Aye.
Carpenter,
Aye.
Essercon,
Aye.
Gantz,
Aye.
Hanson.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Item 11, recommendation from the Finance Personnel Committee to approve the League of Wisconsin Municipalities Insurance and Wisconsin Municipal Property Insurance Company for the provision of commercial and property insurance.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by Alderperson Hanson, seconded by Alderperson Gantz. Discussion, comments? Again, this is also very good for the city. Shifting carriers is saving a substantial sum of money, as we learned at Finance Personnel Committee. So, very good. Very well done by all. That said, roll call vote, please.
Alderperson Ledvina,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Rock,
Aye.
Mayor Boyd,
Aye.
Carpenter,
Aye.
Essercon,
Aye.
Gantz,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Conacher.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 12, recommendation from the Finance Personnel Committee to approve Memorandum of Understanding with U.S. Capitol Police.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson P-Rock, seconded by Alderperson Carpenter. Discussion or comments? Appears we're all good with that. That said, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 13, recommendation from the Finance Personnel Committee to approve proposed changes to 2026 special event fees.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Ledvina, seconded by Alderperson P-Rock. Discussion, comments? Looks like we're all good with that as well. That said, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I think he said it out there.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 14, consideration and possible action on consent to collateral assignment of payment rights between Phoenix of De Pere LLC and Community First Credit Union, Parcel WD-364-D502 and WD-D0031. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Gantz. Discussion, comments? We're all good. That said, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay. Item 15, Ordinance 2516, annexing territory to the City of De Pere, Wisconsin, Parcel L481. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson P-Rock. Discussion, comments, anything you need to add to any of this, Dan, other than what's in the packet and they already recognize and know? We should be good. All right, looks like you're all good up here. That said, roll call vote, please.
Alderperson Nelson,
Aye.
Rock,
Aye.
Mayor Boyd,
Aye.
Carpenter,
Aye.
Essercon,
Aye.
Gantz,
Here.
Hanson, Hanson,
Aye.
Sorry.
Conacher,
Aye.
Ledvina.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. We know you're here. Or welcome here. Item 16, Ordinance 2517, annexing territory to the City of De Pere, Wisconsin, Vanpay and Radue homes, parcels R291, R39, R110, and R114. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Hanson. Discussion, comments. We do have someone that would like to speak on this item. Dennis Cashman is here. So Dennis, we're going to have you go to the table right there. I'll make a motion to open the meeting.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Conacher. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Dennis, we need your name and address for the record, please.
Yes, Dennis Cashman, Chairman, Town of Rockland, 3114 County Road, ZZ, here.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Chairman. You may
Good
proceed.
evening, Council. The Ordinance 25-17, the annexation, Radue Homes, Vanpay. It was filed as a direct annexation by unanimous approval, but we found that one person did not sign the annexation, and she is the original owners of parcel R110, R114, and R39, which Ryan Radue Homes bought from her under land contract, and she has not paid off yet. He has two payments yet, one in 2026 and one in 2027. We did speak to Rita Vanderlinden on this. She knew nothing about the annexation, and she is dead against it. So I asked the council tonight not to accept the ordinance 25-17, so get clarification on this. Any questions?
Thank you. We cannot ask questions of you, but I will have either our city attorney or Dan, you want to comment on that? Or Kim, my apologies. What's that? Okay, so we can. Okay. I'm going to go this way first. We can ask questions of him if we'd like, but Dan, you want to go ahead and respond to what he had stated?
We are responding to the application that has come in from Radue Homes under their ownership as property of record, I guess you would say, under the, if you look at the Register of Deeds office. That's what we are responding to based off of the property owner of record at this time. So that is what we can add at this point.
Thank you. City attorney?
Yes, I would echo Dan's statements. And I would like to note out that the Department of Administration did review the petition. There was no note of any concerns with ownership or discrepancy with ownership. Certainly that can be challenged separately between the parties. But again, we are proceeding forward based on the petition that was submitted as submitted.
Thank you very much. Dennis, anything else you want to comment?
We did a title search on the property, and we got that information back last Thursday, and the Department of Administration acted on this on Wednesday, so they did not know about this.
Very good. Thank you. Anything else that you want to add?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Thank you,
for your
Chairman.
time.
Thank you very much. Anyone else want to speak on this item on the agenda while we're open?
So do we just postpone?
All right, I'll make a motion to go back to regular session.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Gantz. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. So I'm sure maybe a little questions here and there. It sounds like we can go ahead with this, and there could be a challenge moving forward. That's typically what would happen in this case. So we wouldn't be in any risk doing this.
Okay, so advancing it, I'll raise my hand. So
Alderperson
advancing
Cunningham.
it does not, it allows for the discrepancy in communication to be further explored.
The annexation moves forward, correct? There is statutory pathways for either the town that's being annexed from and or the petitioner to challenge the validity of the annexation. But that's going to be between the petitioner who's moving and the town. But it doesn't prevent us from proceeding forward with the annexation. But I am just double checking the statutes before we move forward.
Thank you.
So there's no benefit to postponing. This is the procedure to follow.
Kim?
I would think no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the clarification.
Is she going to check on it or just go ahead?
Do you want to double check, or are you comfortable?
I'm comfortable moving forward, yeah.
Okay. So she is comfortable moving forward.
Got it.
So am I in the discussions we have. So is Dan as well. Additional discussion or comments? All right. That said, we'll need a roll call vote, please.
Alderperson P-Rock,
Aye.
Mayor Boyd,
Aye.
Carpenter,
Aye.
Esserkan,
Aye.
Gantz,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Coniger,
Aye.
Ledvina, Nelson.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 17, Resolution 25-124, authorizing small enterprise municipal agreement, county and municipality government with Environmental Systems Research Institute, ESRI.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Hanson, seconded by Alderperson P-Rock. Discussion, comments.
Are we on number 18, am I correct? I'm sorry.
17.
All right, thank you. 'Cause
Are you okay then?
Yes, I had
Okay.
a question on 18, and I just wanted to make sure I was trying to
No
find
worries,
my
very
notes
good.
here. Thank you.
Glad you said something.
Thank you.
That said,
I was-
roll call vote, please.
Mayor Boyd,
Aye.
Alderperson Carpenter,
Aye.
Essercon,
Aye.
Gantz,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Cuniger,
Aye.
Ledvina,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
E-Rock.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Item 18, Resolution 25-125, authorizing agreement regarding the sale and purchase of business park property with Soft Light Photography LLC, Parcel ED-2384. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Cuniger. Dan has stuff up there if you need it. Discussion, comments? Alderperson Carpenter, was this?
Yes.
Go ahead.
On the letter intent, Dan, I just see a little discrepancy on the acreage. In one part of this, it reads 1.188, and then I think if I go to the next, in one says 1.19. Okay, just wanted to make sure, okay, that we're all on the same page.
All good?
Yeah.
Good question. Good catch. Other questions, comments regarding item 18, sale and purchase of business park property with Soft Light Photography? All right. We need a roll call vote, please.
Alderperson Carpenter,
Aye.
Essercon,
Aye.
Gantz,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Cuniger,
Aye.
Ledvina,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
E-Rock,
Aye.
Mayor Boyd.
Aye. Motion carries, thank you. Item 19, appointment to the Board of Appeals by Mayor Boyd. This would be someone named Cody Martin. Cody Martin's bio is in the packet, so residents can read it. Obviously, the elders can as well. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson P-Rock. Discussion, comments. That said, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 20, reappointment to Sustainability Commission by Mayor Boyd.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Hanson, seconded by Alderperson Ledvina. I want to thank Nicole Slavin for agreeing to be reappointed to Sustainability Commission. She's doing a great job. That said, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 21, Resolution 25-126, authorizing real estate purchase and sale agreement to purchase and obtain real property and an easement at 206 North Wisconsin Street, part of parcel number ED-886, in connection with the construction of the city parking ramp, subject to the final review and approval of such agreement by the Law Department. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson Gantz. Please note, we don't have to go to executive session if you don't think it's necessary. The terms are in the agenda, so you can see everything. And we've been informed of this prior, so this is the actual final numbers. All okay on that, what I'm stating, Dan, City Attorney, Kim? All right. Is everyone okay not going into executive session? Anyone seems to think we have to? All right, very good. That said, we'll take a roll call vote, please.
Alderperson Essercon,
Aye.
Gantz,
Aye.
Hanson,
Aye.
Cuniger,
Aye.
Ledvina,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
E-Rock,
Aye.
Mayor Boyd,
Aye.
Carpenter.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Up next, future agenda items. Does anyone have anything? Oh, you're all good. I will then make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by me, seconded by Alderperson P-Rock. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank to those in attendance. Have a good night.